One mistake I see a lot of community management and moderator teams making is keeping all of their communication in Discord or Slack or Telegram or wherever that community exists. Now, while having a dedicated moderator channel for your community, on Discord or Slack is an incredibly helpful thing, I am a bit old-fashioned, and I do think that just having sit-down meetings every now and then with your community management team is going to make the whole process 10 times better. You're going to be way more proactive on actioning things. Everyone's going to know that at a certain date you're all going to get to talk to each other, and you'd be surprised by how many great ideas come just from like ad hoc meetings. So what we're going to do today is take you through the process that we use with all of our clients that helps them make sure that they can get all of their community managers on one page and basically just create a much more fun and effective community. So let's take a look. So this lives in a Notion doc, and if you want this template, there's a link in the description, so you can get that, you can download it, it's completely free. And what we have is one master database, which is the meetings template. Now, again, if you download the link, you don't need to worry about that because it's all going to be already set up for you. So what happens in here is when you're ready to create a new meeting, you just come in here, you press new, you press open, and you've got 3 different ways that you can have a framework for the meeting. So you have general calls, which is just for like maybe a weekly catch up. Then you have a content planning session, and then you have a monthly objective retro. So let's just take a look through the example of a general call. So if you were to open this up, it's automatically going to populate you an agenda, the notes, and then any tasks that are going to come up from that. And we can look at a past meeting to see what might be talked about here. So you might put in the agenda just broad things, and what we like to do is send this out maybe a few days before the meeting and ask the community managers and the moderators to just input in here anything that they want to talk about. So it could be stuff like community requests, like here they're requesting more video content, or it could be that they're having issues with getting engaged with product updates. So you would have this in the agenda, and then what you're going to do is just work through this point by point, and from this just document any meeting notes. So we would usually have one person who's assigned to create notes for the meeting, and just to make sure that everyone's on the same page and everything is in writing. So when you're going through the agenda, you just put down the notes. And then from here, you can just create new tasks. And if you have a task management platform, you can just pull these into the task management platform. But it's a really simple, lightweight way to just make sure that everyone's on the same page, that the stuff that gets talked about actually gets done. Because let's be honest, there's nothing more frustrating than week after week after week having the same issues. This really does help with that. So this is just the general call template. As well as this, what we also have is a separate template, which is for a content planning session. Now this is a bit more advanced because this actually relates to the content hub, which we'll be doing another video on in the future. But what this is really to do is to think about adding content ideas and then planning content for your community. So we would usually do this with our marketing manager and our community manager, and they would get together. The community manager would say, right, the community wants to see this, 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 and this, and then they'll plan out in this content plan exactly when that's going to happen. So they might say, right, okay, tomorrow we want to have an AMA, and then you would put that in there, and then coming back into here, you can see that AMA is in there, and then you just add in all of the different content blocks that you want. Really helpful way, again, very lightweight, but very easy, and makes it sure that it's just there in writing. Everyone knows what's going on. Now, the final thing that we have is a monthly kind of retro. So this is this template here, and it's an objectives retro. And if you open that up, this is more, it's not really about planning work to be done. It's just something that is very helpful to have maybe once a month to just reflect on, as a team, how you're working together. So we usually follow a very similar format: what went well, what went wrong, and brainstorm ways to improve. So you would start off with saying, okay, we did this well this week and we want to double down on that. This didn't go so well, right, let's think about how we can actually make that better. And then when you come and do this every month, you can reflect over the last months and easily see how everyone is doing according to the ways that we could all be improving, and see if there's any meaningful progress that's been made. So those are the 3 templates that we use. The beauty of this as well is that after one day, this view is going to disappear, but you're going to see everything in the meeting's history. And yeah, it's just a very, very easy way for you to keep up to date with meetings as a community manager. So yeah, if you are a community manager or you're involved in a startup or a project that's very heavily community orientated, we've got loads of videos that we're going to be doing about how to best manage and leverage your community. So make sure you subscribe and check it out, and see you next time.